What happens when a Hollywood socialite is banished to a sleepy fishing town as punishment for a public scandal? And what if the town's gruffest and most brooding sea captain becomes her unexpected challenge and, eventually, her greatest temptation? It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey delivers a witty and emotional romantic comedy packed with charm, slow burn chemistry, and a heroine's unforgettable journey from superficial glamour to heartfelt growth. This is not just a love story, it's a story of self discovery, redemption, and finding home in the most unlikely place. The story begins with Piper Bellinger, a glamorous Los Angeles socialite who lives for parties, Instagram likes, and the high life. Raised by her wealthy stepfather after the death of her father, Piper has never had to worry about real responsibility or consequences. Her entire life revolves around being noticed and adored by the social elite. But when one wild rooftop party ends with Piper in jail and trending for all the wrong reasons, her stepfather decides enough is enough. Determined to teach her a lesson in humility and responsibility, he sends her to Westport, a small coastal town in Washington state, where her birth father once owned a bar. The catch? She's to live there for 3 months, without her usual resources, friends, or social status. It's a punishment meant to humble her, but Piper sees it as a temporary detour she just needs to endure until she can return to LA. Dragging her younger sister Hannah along for moral support, Piper arrives in Westport only to be met with cold stares, fishy smells, and a dilapidated bar called No Name that now belongs to her. She's a fish out of water in every sense of the word. Used to designer clothes and five-star experiences, Piper has no idea how to fit in. Locals see her as a spoiled outsider, and none more so than Brendan Taggart, a bearded, broad-shouldered sea captain who makes it clear from the start that she doesn't belong in his town. He's gruff, serious, and set in his ways. Widowed and loyal to the sea, Brendan has no patience for people like Piper, or so he thinks. At first, their encounters are filled with mutual disdain. Brendan sees Piper as shallow and self-absorbed, while Piper thinks Brendan is stubborn and rude. But slowly, something shifts. Piper starts to take genuine interest in her father's bar and in the town that rejected her. She makes efforts to clean up the bar, get to know the locals, and understand the community that once was part of her family's legacy. And Brendan, despite himself, begins to notice Piper's resilience and heart. Beneath the makeup and designer clothes is a woman who feels lost, who longs for connection, and who is braver than anyone gives her credit for. As days turn into weeks, Piper's glossy facade begins to crack, revealing a young woman who is more than just an influencer. She becomes a part of Westport in ways she never expected. She discovers that her father was loved in the town, and that she and her sister are more connected to the community than she realized. And she begins to question the life she thought she wanted back in LA. For the first time in her life, Piper experiences the satisfaction of earning her place, of creating something real, and of being valued for who she is, not for who she pretends to be online. Brendan, too, undergoes a transformation. Hardened by loss and routine,